I want to give it up again to Mage for that last run. It was intense, and I know we had a lot of good chat going. So I just want to take a second and, say maybe a little bit more. I know we keep mentioning Little Warriors, but there's a lot more information that exists about them. So Little Warriors is a national charitable organization focused on the awareness, prevention, and treatment of child sexual abuse. They also advocate on behalf of and with child sexual abuse survivors. Little Warriors programs include a bunch of different things, including specialized intensive treatment program for children and teens who've been sexually abused at the Little Warriors Be Brave Ranch, a Bridge community program to educate all children and youth on a variety of topics for their overall mental health and well-being, and coming soon, adults who were sexually abused as children will finally have a place to receive intensive treatment at Our Lighthouse, an intensive adult treatment center. You can find more information about all of those programs and more about Little Warriors in general at littlewarriors.ca or type !info in chat. So all of your donations during this intense day for Prevent-A-Thon 2 are going towards Little Warriors. And just a reminder, Little Warriors is a Canada-based charity, so all donations are in Canadian dollars, or CAD. And depending on where you are in the world, that may be a little different. So one Canadian dollar is about 73 cents US dollars. Or one GPV, so I believe Great British Pounds, is about $1.67 Canadian. So if you live in one of these places, maybe you're planning to say donate $20 in the US, you'd actually be able to contribute $27, over $27 towards Little Warriors. So that's why even just small amounts helps. You can do that !donate in chat through the Tiltify. You would be able to donate the amount. It will send you put in your email, it'll send you a receipt. So if you are in a different part of the world, you will know how much, to put in for your own records, as well as what went to Little Warriors. And of course, I just wanted to mention we are raising money for that great cause, but we're also, we're having lots of fun games and we have incentives too. So when you donate, so you'll follow that donate link, then you will click donate now. That'll take you to a page where you fill in the information, how much you want to donate, any comments, and then you want to click next. And so next on the Tiltify page will bring you to our target. So currently, if we can raise 15 Canadian dollars by the time Rise of the Tomb Raider ends, we will unlock Lara's Nightmare bonus level. We will get an extra 10 minutes of gaming, fun, and enjoyment for all of us. And then if you select that, you get to go in for a poll as well, which is a bid war. And we have 3 different bid wars currently open, all for Resident Evil 3. One of them, you can choose or help choose Carlos's hair. And it's kind of his face as well as his hair, even though it just says hair. First option is Classic, which is a clean-shaven kind of John Cena look. And then the other option is Default, which is sort of a messy 5 o'clock shadow, more mop-ish hairstyle. Then, so you can only put your each donation in towards one of these, but if you wanted to donate $2 3 different times, you could put in for all 3 of those polls. Because there's also that bid war open for Jill's costume. So you can choose if Jill will be in her default outfit, the classic outfit, or the Stars uniform. Currently, Stars uniform is in the lead, but, you know, if you wanted to see maybe the more almost casual look with the like jacket around her waist of the classic, or even just the more traditional jeans and, you know, tank top of the default, get your donations in. And then, of course, the last one, the newest bid war that we opened, is the VTuber outfit. We get to choose which outfit our VTuber will be wearing. They can be either Claire Redfield from Resident Evil 2, Ethan Winters from Resident Evil 8, or a skeleton jumpsuit. And, I mean, Resident Evil's great. Obviously, these are polls for Resident Evil, but it's a skeleton jumpsuit. What do you think, chat? I mean, like, if you have even just like $1, are you willing to just ! Donate, throw in, I want to see that skeleton jumpsuit? All right, and we are ready to go into our next run, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Any Percent One Player by Tempest Mask 1000. Take it away.
All right, hello friends and fellow gamers. A quick little introduction, please. Oh no, I meant the game. Yeah, you. Yes, no, Cypherin, please do introduce yourself. It's cool. Yes, and my name is Tempest Mask 1000. Some of you know me as Steve. Very happy to showcase this Konami game. We'll talk a little bit more about it as we go along, but I don't want to keep you all waiting, so let's just go, and time will begin once I confirm my character, which will be Donatello, and we'll explain why he is very beneficial to this run. So, let's get going.
Sorry.
In 3, 2, 1, cowabunga.
Cowabunga, woo! Yeah.
Hang on, April. Okay, so as you all know, this is a beat-em-up. This was the first beat-em-up of the Turtle series that Konami would get to work on, and this game originally came out in '89, same time frame around the NES game as well. So, verdict's out on, well, jury's out on which exactly came first, per se, but this was essentially the first of many bangers, and we're going to go through 5 stages while trying to defeat as many foot soldiers as we can, because the more enemies we defeat, the more the camera will let me scroll and progress through the level. Now, what you're seeing me do as Donatello is I'm using the special move, which his happens to have the best attack and range going for it, but it does come at a slight cost where I do have to wait a couple of frames once he lands on the ground before I regain control of him, so using this move can be a little risky sometimes, but trust me when I say a lot of people use Donatello in a one-player any percent run for good reason.
Yep, and just to call out for the other turtles, there really isn't too much of a difference except for that range. Raph does have his special attack, which is a roll on the ground, but as you see here, Steve taking on Rocksteady, he's going to do basically a combo of poke poke special, poke 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 special, poke poke special.
Oop, he decided to have a say.
Yeah, he decided to interrupt. Boo, Rocksteady, boo. But still took him out in a nice, clean fashion there. Way to go.
And this spread is just such a cool shot for
so
back in the day.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah. It's funny because a lot of games were still doing 8-bit back in the day, but this was able to pull it off quite nicely. So major kudos to major kudos to Konami was what I was gonna say.
I mean, this here, along with X-Men Arcade, like we were living in some good times with those games. Just
I'm frankly jealous.
Oh, you were wait. Did I just reveal my age? You said you're jealous.
No. Well, I'm not afraid to say I'm a '97 kid, so.
Oh no! Well, I was an '80s kid, so yeah, this was my childhood, and yeah, it was a great time.
There we go. Yeah, no, I did get to at least experience some Konami greats like Simpsons, which was one of my favorite things to do at the old arcade that sadly has been, out of service for like many years now, but just the memories of the amount of tokens I put into the game, it always remains. All right, we're gonna go ahead and do what's called Josie Skip. This was found by a runner named Suer Bushido, so shout out to her. What you're seeing me do is manipulate the camera while holding down right and continuing to use my attack, which will cause the camera to move. Say hi to T-Bop. And as we go into the boss arena here, I'm going to do the same trick that I used against Rocksteady. And, watch your mouth, slime ball.
Yeah, Bebop he's being a jerk right now. He is easier than Rocksteady just because his range isn't as far reaching. But yeah, he was being a jerk, and yeah, we went into the concrete there.
Yeah, that's just one of the nice little silly side effects of the camera. You can get it back to normal. It is possible. It's just that it all depends on how you pull off the trick. Like, you can have sort of different ranges, I guess you could say. It's very fun, though, and super beginner-friendly. That said, if you intend to try this on a co-op setting, you're probably going to have a little bit of a hard time because all the players are going to have to pull it off. And I kid you not, I actually attempted it on a real arcade machine during my trip to Wildwood, and let's just say my friend and I got stuck for a little bit, but we eventually got out.
Nice. Yeah, being I would say being a little bit familiar with the co-op run, or at least some years ago at this point. Yeah, it can be a little tricky, but we have ways to work it out.
So at this point, standing on the sewer water is going to cause these random missiles to spawn, so be very mindful of those. And then we have these little spike gates, which I think that's like the only one that actually appears. So it's just a one and done thing. Not really sure why they didn't bother to install another one. Oh, that would have been bad though. I could have gotten back up, and I still would have taken damage for. Case in point.
Something to call out about this stage or in the game in general. The spawns are set, but the enemies, they do what they want. So just as you see little moments here and there where Steve takes a hit, it's just the enemies doing what they do best, and Steve doing what he does best to improvise and adapt to the situation. But yeah, the spawns, like the number of enemies that come out, is the same, except if the ranking changes, which based on the ranking, you might have more enemies on the screen or less.
And that's one of the reasons why I'm perfectly fine with taking a death or two, aside from, like, the ones that'll just waste time, really. Alright, here comes Stockman. I'm in the right pixel position here. What I'm doing is I'm trying to manipulate him to only move up and down, and then I gotta hit him with 8 special attacks. And if I do this oh man, the mousers are not giving me a good time, though. Oh man. Okay, so he's probably going to move? Oh, no, I got him. Nice.
Got him. Nice. Yeah, this is I think this is one of 3 stages that have a magic pixel, and pretty much the enemies can't see you while you're there. So even Stockman, just floating vertically up and down, he couldn't see Donatello, and was like, well, where is he? So just stayed positioned.
A fun fact about this game, by the way, they did eventually port this to the NES, and the game is called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game. And if you're familiar with Turtles in Time for the Super Nintendo, it's basically that, where they added in some extra bosses, extra stages. It's a really nice rendition of the game, and it plays out nicely, because I've had a chance to do that with the renting the Cowabunga collection for my Switch.
The best thing about that game was buying it, and you had the instruction booklet that gave you the free personal pan pizza.
Oh, heck yeah. I stole my coupon, actually, for that ever since I got my Shredder's Revenge physical.
Oh, yeah, I heard they did that again. That was awesome.
Yeah, I didn't quite get the Anniversary Collection. Weird story on that one, but oh, dang it. Okay, ran out of time there. I was trying to hopefully get the two into a particular spot so that I could do the same verse as the first trick on both of them, but it looks like they're going to charge, so that's not too bad. Whenever they do that, they knock each other down, and that does give me a little bit of time to hit one or the other. But now I'm going to have to just... Yeah,
this fight can get challenging if they go their separate ways. Ideally, you want to do the poke special, as we did to them individually. But they're doing what they do when they get out of control. But yeah,
right.
we're almost down. We almost got them. We got
Sure
20
enough.
lives. So the run is all gravy. It's all good.
Yeah, one thing to mention is that I am emulating this off of MAME, which is a perfectly suitable way to play this. I think the leaderboards have started to be a bit more mindful of the Cowabunga collection. I can't say for certain because I have been a little bit off-key with that discussion, per se, but I know for a fact that if you want to play this game yourself, Cowabunga collection is a great way to do it, and you can also play with friends online, so highly recommend.
Yeah.
All right,
that's
one's
awesome.
down. And there we go. Okay, so
And two down.
I'm going to try and be a little bit more careful to try not to lose as much time with the remaining stages. Oh, fun fact, if you're playing with multiple players, the one that has the highest score gets the kiss from April.
Yep.
Now, there was
Usually
another
amongst
way to
friends.
play this. Oh, you go first. You can go first on that one.
Oh, no, I was gonna say usually amongst friends, I tend to get that score, but then playing with other good runners such as like El Rocker, so he's always getting that score. Yeah.
Shout out to those cool cats, by the way, like Elrock and Das Postman, General Andrews, Turbo Gilman, all those wonderful folks just being some amazing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles runners that have come way before I started even giving this a shot. Like, just some absolute legends and wonderful people all around.
Yeah, definite shout outs to them. This highway level, as you see now, we got these vehicles coming out. They're not too difficult to avoid. Thankfully, their hitboxes only cover a certain amount of their sprite. So, like, you'll see the cars that go by. Ani can actually sort of walk along the top of the cars and stuff, and even the motorcycles. So, like, see, we just walked a little bit on top of a foot soldier's face. But yeah, we just continue to use our special attack to get through here. We got these, I think they're referred to as Rodneys, or so I know.
Yeah, roadkill Rodneys.
Roadkill Rodneys, yep. And so ideally you want to do dive attacks to take them down so that they don't electrocute you like this. Yeah, I think it's one of the last few times we'll see a Rodney until the Technodrome.
Yeah, sounds about right. The thing about dive kicking, by the way, is that while Rodneys can take more damage from the special attacks, it's also just consistent enough to use the dive kicks, but initiating them took me a while to figure out. It turns out that the game kind of wants you to... How to put it? Like, you gotta let go... The easiest way to do it is let go of the stick once you perform your first part of the jump, then press in the diagonal direction you want to dive kick, and then the game will let you do it once you press attack. So, yeah. That's why I got my... If you're looking closely at my webcam display, that's why I got a controller display for y'all to kind of try to showcase it off as best I can. But, yeah, I just thought it would be a nice little touch because, like I said, this game is... Despite having that arcade beat-em-up mentality, it's a very easy to speedrun to just pick up, learn, and improve on. It's probably the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game that I would certainly recommend folks to try.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, especially over such games like the first TMNT game for NES, which, you know, probably was a nightmare for a lot of people. Really quick, just to note here. So as you can see, Steve started this level in the upper left corner. That's sort of another magic pixel where the helicopters wouldn't touch them. And in this part here, we we want to just keep these foot soldiers on screen. So this was an ideal pattern that Steve got. Usually runners will go in a clockwise position to avoid getting attacked, like throughout the screen, and we just wait until a certain point in time where then you can tell from the music when that comes to then finally attack them, and it should allow the screen to move on to the next stage.
Yeah, so at least 3 loops up to a certain point within the song when you hear the high note that goes da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and then that will be
Nice.
coming up in just a bit. I had to describe it somehow.
It was good. I like it. I approve.
I definitely want to give our host the chance to put up some announcements, but I'll be sure to give a good moment for that in the next stage. For now, we're coming up on that moment in just a sec. All right, here we go. Now I get to
now.
weapons free. And yeah, so we get back to the party bus. We're on to stage 4, so only 2 levels, and who let Mikey drive?
Yep. Always Mikey. Blame Mikey.
Okay, so unfortunately Splinter's now the one that's in trouble, so we're gonna have to help him out. And this stage is generally short. There's not a whole lot about it going on, but I also got to be very mindful of the enemies that will spawn, because there are a few stinkers in this. For instance, you got this little section right here with the beams. I'm just trying to manipulate the foot soldiers to come up, because that way I don't have to, like, I can basically fight on a safer ground and not have to worry much about them, like, at all. Just like that.
Yep, and that upper area also has another magic pixel to where the foot soldiers can't see you if you stand on it. So then, yeah, you can avoid the horrible spear guys. And just as Steve called out, this level does introduce new foot soldier types, such as the spear guys. The fan guys are super annoying, and I think that the guys with the machine guns. But we have this part here with these mosquitoes, at least that's what I like to call them. Let's see how Steve handles it.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
Unfortunate.
come on,
Okay, so I gotta deal with all of them. So well, actually, this isn't too bad. So, wow, that was a much better pattern than I could have asked for, but there's still one left. I thought I saw it exit stage right. Still, what I was trying to do was line Donnie's hand to that little bottom portion of the drill, and if I was timing my attack just right, I would have been able to get a special attack that would have at least smashed 5 of those tests. But hey, it worked out a little better than any other possibility, really. So I'm proud. I'm at least happy with that one. Yeah, now I gotta take care of these guys.
Yeah, you handled it very well, because that it can get away and you recovered good. But now, yeah, we got these laser cannons, and coming up to. Well, once we kill these foot soldiers and this Rodney, which I made a mistake, I said we may not see him until the Technodrome, but this guy's like, oh no, you see me right now. See me now.
And the laser cannon is still very much on the screen. What? Okay, let's go. Fun police. Wee-oo, wee-oo. This is Granitor, and he is easily the killer of all PBs. So, unlike
Worst
most
boss in the
bosses...
game.
Yes. What makes him so tough is that, unlike most bosses, with him being a rock guy, he does not take extra damage from the special attack. So the only reliable strat that most people can really go for is hit him, walk away, hit him, walk away, hit him, walk away, hit him, walk away, like this. And I gotta hit him just as many times as need be, but what makes him extra worse is that you noticed he's holding a flamethrower, and yeah, if I get hit by the fire, it causes a stun animation before I gain control of my character again. So he's easily just the worst boss for all those reasons.
Yeah, the ideal thing is doing the strat that Steve is doing. You move vertically up and down, so that way, you don't get hit, smacked like that. What also makes Granitor horrible is his taunts. He's out of all the bosses, he's invincible during his taunts. So yeah, he's the worst. He is the absolute worst. But
we got him.
We got him.
We're looking lean, mean, and we are the green machines.
That's right. All right,
so we're coming up to the
stage.
final level. Yes, this is the Technodrome. We got to find the Technodrome. We're already in it.
Yep.
Okay, so this is also a very short portion of level. I'm going to defeat as many foot soldiers as possible, and then we will see a couple of roadkill Rodneys, but I'm going to try and get to the elevator without paying them much mind. And there's a very funny reason for that, which we will be seeing once we get there. But Anade, I think this would be a good time for any announcements or donations if we got some, so feel free to take it away.
Child sexual abuse. We also advocate on behalf of and with child sexual abuse survivors. I just want to remind everyone, or maybe you're just joining us, we are raising money for Little Warriors.
All right.
Little Warriors is a national charitable organization focused on the awareness, prevention, and treatment of... Alright, all the tech issues. Well, I just want to remind you, we are here for Little Warriors, or great cause, !info or !charity in chat to find out more info, !donate to donate towards that great cause, and lots of incentives and other fun things open as well.
Thank you very much, Anade.
Get those donations in.
Yes, please. Little Warriors is just a great organization to support and help better the lives of those that they're trying to just, benefit. And, well, it's good to be back here at Prevent-A-Thon helping out for the second event, bringing on probably one of the most well-recognized franchises of just about any era, really, because there's one thing that the Turtles have always been for just about all ages. They have been like heroes to them. They've been warriors. I know, having grown up with the 2000 series, I was always just having fun seeing whatever escapades they were up to, and I still have some of my old action figures to this day. So the fact that they were some of my heroic examples from back then, I feel like this makes for more than a fitting run to just try and raise money to Little Warriors for, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, definite mainstays. Like, the franchise is, lived for, it feels that, I won't say generations, but definitely decades. It's been going on. We just got a new movie recently. Like they're probably going to go for many more decades,
Absolutely. I can't say I ever got to, read the original comics, but when I learned that they were a comic series, I was definitely intrigued. But yeah, that was General Trag. He's basically Granitor Light. He's got a grenade gun instead of a flamethrower, so he's not as aggressive as Granitor was, but he's still a rock person, so he didn't take any extra damage from my specials, and therefore it only really made sense to just do the same strat of poke, walk, and hey, we're doing it with Krang as well, because he too can only take, the same amount of damage no matter what kind of attack you're doing to him, and also, he's even more aggressive than Granitor, surprisingly.
Yeah, this is one of the best fights to do the poke and move. It's very satisfying, because as a kid, Krang was a jerk, especially if you had 4 players, knocking everybody across the screen with his kicks, firing lasers, at him. But yeah, this here, we can completely manipulate him and just take him for a ride across the room here.
And shout out to the boss theme, which eventually got its own little remix in Shredder's Revenge most recently. It's really cool that T. Lopes just went and decided, you know what, I'm gonna take this song, we're gonna do it again. Alright, so here we go, Shredder time. So, here's the gist of this fight. One is real and the other is fake. I'm going to try and manipulate the fake one to try and stay behind a wall, but it looks like I'm already gonna fail on that one. So that right there is the mutagen beam, and that's the biggest issue with this boss fight in general. It will instant kill you if you hit the beam, so I'm gonna be very mindful of that. But yeah, it looks like that's a good position. There we go. That's what I wanted.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, sort of fun fact. When he first appears, the one that, when he splits up, the one on the right is always the real one. And so, yeah, using this tactic that Steve is showing us here, you take off the mask off the fake one, get him stuck to the wall, because he keeps at this point, he wants to get behind you. So that's why he's staying to the wall, though.
Yeah.
He decided to come out this time. But we know the real one is still the one with the helmet. And also the one who always shoots the mutagen beam is the real Shredder. So we're going to try to take him out.
Yeah, Shredder will take extra damage to the special attack this time, so that's why I'm going to use as much of that as I can. And time will not be on the final hit, but it will be once we get to the final cutscene following the fight. And once the real Shredder starts to lose his helmet, that's how we know we're very close to just wrapping it all up. But I might have to take out the clone by accident. Yep, he's down. Okay, no problem. He is going to form a new one, though, so let's see what happens here. I will say I was operating with a little bit of rust. Work today did ask me to stay a little bit longer, hence why I did not quite have as much time as I would have wanted to before. But still, this is like I said, this is a very easy game to pick up, and as long as you have the general strats in mind, this is something you can just do just for anyone. But Shredder's down, nice. And that's time.
Time. Woo! Yeah! Woo!
GG's!
Let's go.
Any quick shout-outs you'd like to do?
Absolutely. A big shout-out to the TMNT RTA community. If you'd like to learn any of the games that are on display as part of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles collective, we'd be more than happy to teach you a thing or two. Just find our Discord link on any of the eligible leaderboards. And yeah, we're definitely... It's a lively community of runners both old and new. One that I'm very happy to be a part of. And also a shout-out to the Xbox 360 version that was made available for a time. That was an interesting version of the game, too. But, Cypherin, where can these wonderful people find you if they want to check your stuff out?
Yeah, you can find me at twitch.tv/Cypherin, playing a mix of retro, modern, variety, things mostly on higher difficulties, but yeah, find me over there.
And if you'd like to check me out, I'm TempestMask1000 here on Twitch, YouTube. I also got a Twitter at @It'sTempestSteve and a Blue Sky at TempestMask, where I try to post any streaming updates for any plans that I do, because, you know, as it would, I'm just bouncing a little too much to have a static schedule. But thank you so much again to the Prevent-A-Thon folks for having me as part of this second event, a little back-to-back going on here, and I hope to continue to support these folks. These are some wonderful people, a team of many names that I've come to know along my years as a speedrunner, and it's always nice to see people I know just branching out, trying to make their own events. So, just thanks for having me again, y'all, and let's keep raising money for Little Warriors. I'm counting on y'all. We gotta keep that thing going strong. We still got the rest of the day. There's still quite a few more runs to go. So, until we next meet, I'm gonna send it on back to them. This is Tempest Mask, signing out. Ciao, amici.